Hi you guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial on my template 41, which is my lily inspired flower. So she's been around for quite a long time actually, but she has not been available in SVG, and she finally is going to be available at SVG. So when you purchase her on Etsy, you will get both SVG and you will also get the PDF as well in case you decide you want to hand cut, especially like the larger one. That's going to be an option as well. Or if not, you could, if you have a cutting machine, Silhouette, or a Cricut, you can use the SVG with this. So I'm going to do a walkthrough on how to upload it to Cricut Design Space and how to measure out the sizes. So I'm going to do a quick little walkthrough. I'm also going to show you on Silhouette, if you have Silhouette Studio, what it's going to look like when it's on your canvas. And then we will assemble this lily, which is super simple. Okay, you guys, so little walkthrough if you have Cricut Design Space, which I feel like a lot of you do. I'm going to show you how to upload the SVG, and this goes for any of my SVGs when you purchase them. So when you get the email from Etsy, it's going to give you a little download link, and you're going to download the SVG. Now remember, PDF is not for cutting machines. I am attaching that file as well for those of you who are more into hand cutting, which personally I am when it comes to larger templates, because this is, I would say, more on the larger size. You do get smaller sizes as well, and I will go over with sizes with you in a little bit. So please do not try to upload the PDF to Cricut Design Space because it's not going to work. Make sure that you are uploading the SVG. So when you download the SVG from Etsy, you're going to download it, and then as soon as you see it downloading, do not click on the download. Go to your upload right here, okay, and you're going to upload the image. So then you're going to go to browse, and then go to wherever. Most likely it's going to be under your download. So my computer's a little slow, so let me I'll be right back. Oh no, there she is. Okay, so now you're going to look for the template. So I actually have go to downloads. Okay, don't mind all the files that I have here. Okay, so it should be called 41 template SVG, and this is what it's gonna look like. So go ahead and open that. And this is what's gonna show up. You're gonna get that little warning sign on the top saying that, whoa, the image is too large. It's okay, just continue. So here she is. Click on upload. Wait for her to get to your canvas. And then here she is. Now notice that she is attached. She is grouped. So what you're going to want to do is go to the ungroup, and you are going to ungroup the image. And then how do you know it's ungrouped? When you see this individually, okay? And you should be able to move them around. So now you know they are ungrouped. Underneath here, you're going to see some written directions. And this is, all my SVGs have this, you guys. So like it says, download the file from the Etsy email, and it's just telling you do not click on that download, because I can't tell you how many times I confuse you guys by you guys clicking the download and you guys think that's the SVG, which is not. That's just, if you click on that download, once you download it, it's going to take you to like a URL version. And so no, that's not the SVG. That's why I'm telling you go straight to your upload, either Silhouette or Design Space. And then find the file just like I showed you, upload it, and voila, you're gonna get it. Now, notice how they are color coordinated. I do this to all my SVGs, my petals. I will do different colors, and I will tell you the measurements. Now, you're only going to have to do this once, you guys. Once you adjust the measurements to the original measurements, save your work. You don't want to be doing this every single time, okay? So definitely save your work once you adjust the sizing, okay? This SVG is not locked, which means I'm letting you, once you do these original measurements, say you kind of want to make them smaller or even way larger than what I have provided for you, you are going to able to mess around with the template and create your own sizes. But I'm going to start you off with 7 different sizes, okay? So let me show you real quick how to adjust the sizing, and you're only going to be changing the height. That goes for every petal of mine that is an SVG. You're only going to change the height. So notice here it says red petals. So notice how we have here in parentheses inches, 17 inch, 15 inch, 13, 11. That means that particular petals are going to make roughly that size of a lily. Okay, I'm going to give you the measurements for the circle, the bases, because they're not going to be the same. Obviously, the larger the petals, the larger the base. And then the measurements of the petals. And see how I say both petals? That's because both of the petals are going to be exactly the same height. Okay, so let's take... let's just start with the little, we're going to do the little one. I'm not going to show you all of them because honestly, there's no point. So just get your blue petal. So here's my blue petal. Now notice here, blue petals, both petals are 3.1 height. So go to your height right here. I'm just going to delete this and enter 3.1. Sorry if it's all shaky because I'm holding it with my phone or with my hand. So there's 3.1. Repeat. Only the height, because you'll notice that the width will automatically change. 3.1, change. Okay, and then the circle, change it to 1.2. Super simple, you guys. Okay, so these are the original measurements for the 5-inch. Now, again, say that you want something smaller than this. Maybe you want more of a smaller lily. You absolutely can. Tip for you to do that is just gather the petals together, highlight it, and then see this little box here? You can make your petals smaller or larger. Just make sure that you first enter the original measurements that I'm giving you, so that way they're proportionally the same size, and then mess around if you are wanting bigger or smaller petals. That's why I don't have this SVG locked, okay? Because that way you're free to do any other sizes besides the one that I've already given you, okay? How many you're going to need of each when we make this lily? 3 and 3, and then just 1. Also make sure once you have adjusted all the sizes, you guys, delete this because you don't need the directions, okay? Just delete that. So once you have already adjusted all the sizes, just go ahead and save it, and then that way you'll have that and you won't have to do it again. For my silhouette users, just make sure that you have the designer edition or higher, because if you just have the normal silhouette edition, it does not allow SVG uploading, okay? I had to find that the hard way when I first started out with silhouette. I was like, why is this not working? Why is it not letting me? That's because you need the designer edition. So as you can see up here, I have the designer edition, which allows me to upload SVGs. So if you're wondering, you're a newbie and you're like, why can't I upload SVGs? You need a higher edition, okay? Back in the day when I bought it, I think it was like $50 that I had to pay for the designer edition, okay? And the thing here, also, you're going to upload, open, download, 41 template, okay, and voila. The nice thing with silhouette, I noticed it had already individually, there's no need to ungrouping because it already ungroups it for you. And you're going to do the same thing, you guys. Go up here, change only the height of the petals, and you're done. And then you're just going to delete this. The only thing I do notice with this one, this is all individual, the letters. So just make sure that you select it all like this and then delete. Okay, so that is how you upload to Silhouette. All right, you guys, so let me show you what the PDF looks like. So again, PDF is meant for hand cutting. So my suggestion to you would be to print this out on cardstock and then cut it out. So then that way it'll be your own hard copy template. So then this would be for tracing and then cutting, okay? And so then let me just show you what the PDF looks like. So they're gonna be labeled size-wise. So then, and then you're gonna, there's 3 different size bases, okay? So then this circle is gonna go with these 2 sizes, okay? So then here's this base is gonna go with these petals. So this is your 9-inch, and then here's your 11-inch. Oops, we're blurry, come back. Okay, so then here's the 11-inch, their base, and then the rest of them are your larger sizes. So there's 3 more sizes, and then they're gonna go with the larger 3-inch base, okay? So that is what the PDF looks like, and I already showed you what the SVG looks like. So you do receive separate different sizes, and again, if you have the SVG, you can manipulate the sizing to make them smaller, okay? So what you're going to need to make the lily: glue gun. I'm going to be using Surebonder's mini detailed glue gun just because this is a smaller flower. Now I am making, I want to say this is the 7-inch. Yeah, this is going to be the 7-inch, you guys. I am using cardstock by Hobby Lobby. So this is, I seen this pack the other day and I loved the colors. And the only thing with Hobby Lobby paper, if you're not aware, I love their colors. I really do. Their colors are stunning, but I don't like the fact that it's white core. So, and it'll say it on here, white core on their paper packs, meaning when you cut, you are going to see a white outline of some of the petals or whatever you're cutting, and you're going to see a white outline. I necessarily don't mind it. I think it looks cute, but I don't tend to use it for like orders just because I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it doesn't look complete. It's just a preference of mine, but I do like using it for personal, you know, flowers or whatever. So anyways, so here are my petals. So here's 3, 3, and then the base. And sorry if the light keeps going in and out. You know, it's sunny 1 minute and then it's not. You're going to need scissors. So I'm going to be using my Westcott Mini Carbo Titanium. I love these. These are pretty awesome. Love them, love them, love them. And then you're going to need a wooden dowel, which I am trying to find. Here we go. I'm going to be using my acrylic wooden dowel. Okay. Prepping your petals. You are just going to fold them in half, going halfway. You're not going to go all the way up. Okay, so just kind of like that. This is just to give it, for me, just a little slight look. Curl the petals back, just like that. You're going to cut in the center. Only do a small little cut, because the higher that you cut your petals, how can I say this? The flatter your petal is going to lay. And with lilies, if you notice them, their petals are up more. So we definitely just want to cut a smaller cut. And then you're just going to cross and then glue your petal. So notice how the petal is sitting up, because if it went higher, this is going to be more down more, and that is not what we want. Also, alternate how you're going to do your petals. So if you can do 2 this way and then 1 this way, up to you. And same thing with this. So we're going to fold halfway and then do a slight cut. Okay, so and you're doing this for all the other sizes. And I do want to mention that I do have another video tutorial here on my YouTube on my lily, showing you, this was a long time ago. So back then I did not have an SVG. So if you hear me talking about just PDF and hard copy, that's because SVG, I still did not have that for you guys, but now we do. So we're going to do an updated video tutorial. But what I wanted to mention was that I do share with you guys how to make a cute center using Cricut Design Space. I want to say I used 2 images if you want to take a look, and I'll show you at the end what that center looks like. Today we're just doing a straight up hand cutting center. So just folding. Small little cuts. All right, I'm gonna glue all of these, the bottoms, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna start off with the 3 small or thinner petals. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna, main focus is try to be in the center. And we're gonna do triangular form. So we're gonna do this 3-way. So here's 1. It's gonna fall, and that's okay. Once we have all the petals, it will stay put. So 2. And 3. Okay, so this is how you're gonna do it, okay? Again, play this step to the other sizes. Now we're on to our next one. So now we have your wider petals, and you are just gonna go in between. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. So now we need a center. Now, if you have Cricut Design Space or Silhouette, I have seen lily centers there that you can definitely do if you want more of a realistic looking center. Let me show you real quick the one that I told you about that is already here on my YouTube channel. So let me take you to my floral wall, and here is the lily. So notice the center, it's more, I guess, like a lily center. So that tutorial is on my YouTube channel. I'll have it linked down below here on my YouTube. But also, if you're gonna go to my Etsy when you purchase, under the item description, I have all video tutorials linked, you guys, on my templates under item descriptions. So all you got to do is copy and paste. So you can watch the tutorials even before purchasing the template. So that way you get an idea whether or not you think you can tackle it, okay? So I will have this linked. So I will show you how I made that center with Cricut Design Space. Okay, so we're going to make a super easy center just by hand cutting and then just coloring the ends with a marker. So let me show you what to do. Let me find some scrap real quick. Okay, so when I cut out my petals, I have this little piece of scrap that I'm going to use to make the center. Now let me give you a tip so I know how tall you want the center to be. Grab yourself either a ruler or a measuring tape. I just used my measuring tape. Oh, it's right here in front of me. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to do it at the side so you can kind of see, is I'm going to stick my measuring tape and I'm going to see how tall do I want my center to be. So I think around 3.5 inches is how tall I want my center to be. Okay, and you don't need a lot of it. So, because see, 3 is too small. 4 I feels like is too high. So we're going to do 3.5. Okay, so I got my measuring tape. I measured out 3.5, so I'm just gonna draw a line as to where I want that to go. Honestly, with the center, you guys, I totally wing this. Like, I mean, you don't have to be perfect. So this is roughly around 3.5. Just gonna cut a square out or rectangle, okay? And this is roughly, I don't know, honestly, I feel like I need less than this, so I think I'm gonna cut a little bit more off. Okay, so it's more like this. Okay, so then now you are just going to cut very thin strips. Obviously, color-wise, you can change up the color. I'm just keeping all the centers the same, but you can definitely do other colors. All right, let me finish this up and I'll be right back. Now that I have my strips cut out, I'm just gonna grab a marker. I'm going with brown, and I am just going to color the ends. It does not have to be perfect, but you're gonna want to do both sides. Okay, so you're going to do this side and then this side. So let me go ahead and get that done. All right, so here are both sides. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. And now you're just going to roll. Get your glue gun. And secure. Okay, and then if you want to kind of frill these up. Okay, so now you want to add some glue to the bottom of it. And we're going to glue this in the center. And definitely hold. All right, you guys, so here is the lily that we just made. And that's it. So as you can see, super simple to make these lilies. You can also use heavyweight cardstock just because it is a simple flower to make, that I definitely think that it would work. There's not too much curling involved. Even text weight, but honestly text weight paper I would only recommend for the smaller flowers, not the bigger flowers, only because they do tend to droop. Now, I do want to talk about mounting them in case if you're going to use them, you know, if you're going to do like some sort of floral decor. Now, in some cases, some flowers that have petals that are kind of too long and not much support in petals, they will tend to droop within time. Okay, mainly with my lily, I don't find that with the smaller templates to be an issue, but definitely with the larger lily flowers, I do notice that within time the petals will start falling. Let me get closer here. That they will eventually, those top petals will kind of droop. My suggestion to you, what works for me, is adding small little push pins and pinning the petals back. So let me take you to my floral wall. It's not a lily, but this is what was happening over here. These petals were kind of drooping down just because they're a little bit taller. So I did pin them back. Ideally, I would pick a color that's more subtle, you know what I mean, but I didn't really have. But that's what I tend to do for any flowers. And this is mostly a concern with larger flowers that have been on walls. I'm trying to see if I have another flower on my floral wall. Well, actually, I got a lily up there. Do you see her? So that is one of the big ones. And I do have a little small little pin all the way up there. Let me see if I can show you. All right, you guys, this is not the best quality because I'm on top of my bed. So here's the lily flower. So what I did was, I don't know if you can see, but there's a small little pin right there. Do you see it? So and see how I told you if you use a color that's similar to the flower, it's not really noticeable. I just pinned the petal back, and that's what helped the flower not droop its petals. Okay, so that's just a tip if you're going to get into this paper flower world, is that yes, certain flowers, depending on how the petals are, the petals will droop, but it's not a lost cause. Just pin them with small little push pins and it'll work. Like this one right here, I have it pinned with a small little push pin. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful, you guys, on Template 41, how to assemble. Again, not a hard flower to assemble. Definitely a great flower for beginners if you want to learn how to make lilies. And I will chat with you guys later. Any questions, please message me on my Etsy. I would be happy to help. All right, you guys, bye.